It appears the Democratic Party's strategy of enacting no change in leadership after their second loss to President elect Donald Trump is getting called out, even by people like Jen Psaki, who are members of the establishment. Uh, Joe Biden's former press secretary is now out there telling Democrats that, hey, you really missed a massive opportunity here by snubbing AOC's bid to lead the House Oversight Committee. Now, she said, why does that matter? Quote, this is one of the few committees in Congress that actually generates national attention or media coverage. Under Jamie Raskin, it became a critical platform for countering Republican misinformation. And while I have deep respect for Speaker Pelosi and nothing against Congressman Conelly at all, this felt like an obvious chance to apply some of the lessons we should have learned from the November election. Instead, Democrats passed over one of the youngest, most media savvy members of Congress for a key public leadership role. Okay, so just to let you know, like Conley takes a lot of money from private interests, and so what most of these politicians do. I mean, Nancy Pelosi took a lot of money from health insurance companies and all that. So yeah, there's a bit of corruption there that she kind of glosses over, but overall, she is correct. I mean, look, we have Jerry Connolly who is literally dying of cancer. All right. This man has a 1 in 5 chance of surviving the next 5 years. Those are not good odds. He's already in chemotherapy, which means that the cancer has likely spread beyond his throat. And so it makes me wonder, why are we giving these incredibly important positions out to people who will likely not be able to last a full Donald Trump term? It's 4 years. And by the way, I'm not saying he'll die in office, okay? But it wouldn't surprise me. And if he does survive, good for him. Great, 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 great. But the thing is, and why I'm against this, is you can't expect to be the best person for the job if you're too busy literally fighting for your very life. And that's what Connolly is going through right now. Okay? And look, he actually might live longer if he takes the time to focus on healing instead of running this very important committee. Because guaranteed, there's going to be a lot of things that need oversight, accountability in the upcoming Trump administration, which is going to be incredibly corrupt. Okay. But here's the other thing, right? Even in her criticism, which I agree with, Psaki is way too nice. It's this weird thing of respectability politics. I've got a deep respect for Speaker Pelosi. Why? I mean, I'm not saying I disrespect her, okay? It just means, like, why do you have such a deep respect for this politician? She is supposed to work for us. She's not Jesus, okay? No, I get tired of this whole, you must respect, these politicians. You must respect your elders, especially if they're elders, statesmen. No, no, no. We hire you, we elect you to do things to help us. You're our employee. You're supposed to work for us. I know a lot of people don't see it that way, but maybe they should. Maybe they should. Now, as far as it goes for her working for us and Nancy Pelosi, she really hasn't. I mean, look, she's pulled, in this case, a lot of strings and a lot of favors to get someone like Connolly into that position. And why is that? Simply because she didn't want AOC in that position. That's really it. I mean, I don't think she likes AOC. I don't think she ever has liked AOC, or certainly does not want her in a leadership position. Why? Because she is progressive. That's why. Okay? Because progressives have criticized Nancy Pelosi. They have criticized openly other party leaders. And it turns out that is a big no-no when it comes to Washington Democrats, okay? You are not allowed to criticize them. You're not allowed to challenge these elder members. You stupid kids. You dumb progressives. You leftist communists. Know your place. Okay, because you're gonna make us lose to Donald Trump. Oh, wait. Oh, okay. And look, is there any wonder why a lot of young people have abandoned the Democratic Party? I mean, it shouldn't be. It shouldn't be. Okay, and it's not just Democrats, by the way. Um, a lot of people have abandoned the political process because it doesn't work. And right now, there's also one of the reasons that it doesn't work is there's a gerontocracy problem. You can see that these people are basically holding a death grip on positions of power and are refusing to allow the next generation of people to come in and change things for the better. And I'm not the only one who thinks this way. Dean Phillips was also quoted as saying, "It's time to elevate the best and brightest. We've literally kept them from ascending to leadership positions, which means they go elsewhere. And then we lose that kind of talent of ambitious, competent, patriotic young Americans. We're in trouble." Yeah, we are in major trouble. Retiring Representative Annie Custer made a similar point, telling Politico, quote, "I think we, as Democrats, could do a better job with elevating some of our younger members who have great experience. And you should not have to be in Congress for 30 years before you can have a meaningful role in leadership and on policy." Exactly. Look, I happen to think that leadership should be based on your knowledge and ability to do the job. I know, weird, right? It's based now on seniority. The longer you've been there. Well, look, this is the problem that I've seen for Democrats for a long time now, and it drives me crazy. It's their turn. It was Hillary Clinton's turn in 2016, where she lost to Trump. Well, okay, well, now it's Kamala Harris's turn in 2024. Oh, she lost to Trump. It was Joe Biden's turn in 2020. He actually won against Trump. But do you notice putting up the leader of your party because it's their turn and not because they're the most qualified for the job? You could attribute the 2024 loss to Joe Biden not knowing when to bow out. Okay? And that's a lot of the problem. One of the problems with the Supreme Court, and I know people get really, really upset when you point this out. Ruth Bader Ginsburg should have stepped down and allowed President Obama to appoint a replacement, because she ended up dying during the Trump administration. And as a result, well, getting replaced during the Trump administration. And that's what happened. Trump was able to nominate her replacement and then get that nomination confirmed, cementing massive conservative domination of the Supreme Court. Okay, so that's the problem. People do not know when to give up power. Okay, look, the other thing, by the way, that this leadership positions in the Democratic Party are decided by is not only seniority, but your ability to raise money for the party. Now, that means the number one quality of party leadership these days, on both sides, is how well they can beg donors for cash. Billionaires. And that's another reason progressives are kept out, because it's one of the things that progressives don't really do. All right. So that said, when you have insiders like Psaki who are critical of this, of keeping younger progressives out of these positions, and are saying, "Hey, why don't you, actually learn, take a lesson from this last election and start elevating younger people, progressives, to leadership positions." When you have people like Psaki saying that, that's something. And by the way, they lost to Donald Trump, as I said, the Democratic Party establishment. Okay, Donald Trump has successfully, and this is one of the things that he did that makes it different than what the Democratic Party has done. Because look, after their losses to Barack Obama, the Republican Party look, they tried to do introspection. I remember when, like, and after 2012, after the loss of Mitt Romney to Obama in 2012, we gotta do I forget what you call it, but we need to look at what we did wrong. We didn't appeal to Latinos, right? Donald Trump, 2024, won a larger share of Latinos. He's taken this party and he's taken over and has rebuilt this party in his image. It's a grotesque image, but you can't say he hasn't been successful at winning with this image, with the Republican Party. Now, compare that to the Democrats, who have not changed, who have been trying unsuccessfully to rebuild that Obama coalition ever since 2012 and have failed. They have not changed, and they don't plan on changing. Which tells me leadership just wants to lose. And they don't care. They don't care if they lose, as long as they don't lose their power. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, subscribe, hit the bell icon in order to get notified whenever a new video is released. And if you want to support independent, progressive media through this difficult time where it seems like everybody is shutting down, you can become a member on our YouTube page, you can become a subscriber on Facebook, or you can go to my Patreon. It's patreon.com/Jeff Waldorf. Thank you.